Britain goes for
Famous cyclist with dyslexia.
Callum Skinner.
Meet Callum Skinner. He represented the UK at the 2016 Rio Olympics.
Britain in an Olympic time. What a ride by Callum Skinner.
He won a gold medal in the team sprint and a silver medal in the individual sprint. And now for a Zarlengo Foundation summer reading suggestion. Do you have a child that's very interested in the Olympics? We suggest What Are the Summer Olympics by Gail Herman. This book will tell you how the games began in ancient Greece, what the Olympics were like right before World War II, and gives us stories about modern superstars like Usain Bolt and Simone Biles.
Phelps became one of the greatest Olympians of all time with 22 medals.
For our ear readers, this book is available on Learning Ally. Famous fencer with dyslexia. Meet Molly Sliney. Molly represented the United States as a foil fencer in Seoul, Korea in 1988 and again in Barcelona in 1992. Recently, Molly shared her story on the Unlocking Learning Disabilities podcast.
There was a moment in the 88, during the opening ceremonies in the 88 games that kind of really set me on the road to speaking about dyslexia. What happened was I'm in the field with all the top athletes in the world, and I realized that I am here at this moment, and I watch the torch being lit, and I become overwhelmed with emotion, and I actually start crying. And what happened was one of my fellow athletes, someone I didn't know, came up and put his arm around me, and he said, "I know how you feel. Everyone that's here has a story."
To see the entire podcast, please visit the Zarlengo Foundation YouTube page. To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org. Competitive archer with ADHD. Meet Maddie Boyle. Maddie represents Team Australia in the sport of archery. While she didn't make the 2024 Olympics in Paris, she has her sights set on LA in 2028. Recently, Maddie spoke with us about her ADHD and how it has helped her in the sport of archery.
When I was doing a sport that I was so passionate about, but it was having an effect of my performance, I thought, okay, I want to better this. I want to figure this out. What are the strategies I can put in place? So, making sure I had a step-by-step process from grabbing my bow, stepping on the line, shooting the arrow. And eventually you obsess over this process, and then it becomes it's all part of archery. You have a process, you don't change it. You want to be the most consistent on the line. And over the years, I brought that into everyday things in my life.
To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org. Sat down with Dr. Kate Bennett of Athlete Insight to discuss the connection between learning disabilities and sports.
Is there a certain sport
that you've seen that has helped kids with ADHD? Like, that maybe if we've got a parent, their kid has been diagnosed, is there a sport they should try, or is it whatever interests them? Is there any kind of connection there?
Yeah. So I think one is really tapping into passion, and the other thing really is about like kind of their needs and socially, how do they function best, right? So we've got one is like, what is my interest and my passion? And that could be soccer, that could be ping pong, that could be tennis, right? That could be BMX freestyle. We just don't know. And so I think allowing them the chance to explore all sports is really important. But it's not constant steady motion, it's bursts of energy, so I think it really comes down to personality and how they express their energy. And then also like some athletes need predictability, right? And so like if I need predictability, I probably don't want basketball or volleyball or football. I might prefer martial arts, where we're all doing, again, parallel play, we're all doing the same thing, but it's very predictable. I know what to expect every time I show up, and we have these movements that are created for us, or dance, right, where it's very predictable.
To view the entire episode, please visit Zarlengo Foundation YouTube page. And now for a Zarlengo Foundation summer reading suggestion. Do you have a student who's interested in the Olympics? We suggest Kid Olympians, the summer edition. Each chapter in this book tells the story of an Olympian's childhood, how they became elite athletes, and the challenges they may have faced. It covers well-known Olympians like Michael Phelps, Serena Williams, and Usain Bolt, and introduces readers to additional athletes like Ibtihaj Muhammad.
Over the next few years, Ibtihaj won 5 world championship medals, and in 2016, she was on her way to the Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro.
And Paralympian Tatiana McFadden.
And every one of them was once a kid who had a dream and dared to follow it.
For our ear readers, this book is available in audio format. Olympic rower with ADHD, meet Jake Wetzel. Jake represented the United States in 2000 at the Sydney Games and Team Canada in 2004 in Athens,
And Canada are the Olympic champions.
and 2008 in Beijing.
You had to think Canada were going to win it. They've been supreme all season, but what a...
Jake won a silver medal at the 2004 Games and took home gold in 2008. Recently, Jake joined the Unlocking Learning Disabilities podcast and shared his story and how ADHD helped him with his training. If you had to poll and say the 3 biggest strengths I have because of ADHD, or the one biggest strength I have, what do you think? How is it more of a blessing for you than it is, just this thing that you have to figure out? Is there anything that positive that comes from it in like your daily life?
Oh, 100%. I think it's like poise under pressure. Mm-hmm. I think it's curiosity, and I would say kind of grit/determination.
To see the entire episode, please visit the Zarlengo Foundation YouTube page. And now for a Zarlengo Foundation summer reading suggestion for our junior high and high school kids. If you're interested in rowing or just a very compelling story, check out The Boys in the Boat by Daniel James Brown, the Young Readers adaptation. This story follows the 1936 U.S. men's rowing team.
The Washington boys were still rowing at a remarkably low rate, but by the 1-mile mark they had open water on Cal. Their confidence surged.
For our ear readers, this book is available on Learning Ally.
name's Simone Biles, and I have ADHD.
Famous gymnast with ADHD.
It's never held me back through anything, and I've never let it hold me back.
Simone represented the United States in 2016 at the Rio Olympics, bringing home 4 gold medals and a bronze medal. She also represented the United States in Tokyo, bringing home a silver and bronze medal. We are looking forward to watching her at the 2024 Paris Olympics and wish her the best of luck. And now for Zarlengo Foundation Summer Reading Suggestion. Do you have a student who loves to watch Simone compete? We suggest Who is Simone Biles by Stephanie Lowe. This book chronicles how she first began her gymnastics career, her struggles in Tokyo, and her resilience. Quick note to parents, this book does discuss some of the very real-life issues Simone has had to face. For our ear readers, this book is available in audio format.
Since winning nationals in 2013, Simone hadn't lost a single meet in which she'd competed at all 4 events. At 19 years old, she was already acknowledged as one of the best gymnasts ever.
Famous swimmer with ADHD, one of the greatest Olympians of all time.
I'm Michael Phelps. I'm an Olympic champion and I have ADHD.
Michael represented Team USA at 5 Olympic Games.
And in lane 6, 15-year-old Michael Phelps.
Sydney in 2000, Athens in 2004, Beijing in 2008, London in 2012, and Rio in 2016. He has a total of 28 Olympic medals, 23 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze.
With another big
This year, Michael Phelps will join everyone in Paris as a broadcaster, covering the USA swim team.
It is Manuel who pulls it off again!
And now for Zarlengo Foundation Summer Reading Suggestion. If you have a student who'd like to learn more about Michael Phelps and how he channeled his energy into swimming, we suggest Who is Michael Phelps by Micah Hecht. This book covers Michael's early childhood, his swimming career, and life after his Olympic journey. For our ear readers, this book is available in audio format.
Today, kids and adults with ADHD can talk about the positive ways it affects their lives and personalities. They say that having ADHD is not good or bad. It's just different.
Famous basketball player with dyslexia, the one and only Magic Johnson. Magic is quoted as saying, "Because of my dyslexia, I am a visual person. I can see things that other people may not see, and that's been a big advantage in business." Magic represented the U.S. at the 1992 Barcelona Games, where he brought home gold as a member and captain of the Dream Team. During our conversation with Dr. Kate Bennett of Athlete Insight, we discussed how dyslexic thinking and problem solving can be beneficial in sports.
Dyslexia, learning to decode, right? Like you have to develop that alternative perspective of how do I solve this problem? Because it doesn't look the same for me as it does for everybody else in this world. And I think when you think about athletics and being able to navigate something that you hadn't planned for or having to respond spontaneously to something that's happening right in front of you, that ability to shift and create a new perspective and solve the problem on the fly is an incredible skill and trait that.
To view the entire episode, please visit the Zarlengo Foundation's YouTube page. To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org. Famous diver with ADHD. Meet Matthew Mitchum. He represented Australia at the 2008 Beijing Games and the 2012 London Games. He won gold in 2008. Matthew recently joined us on Unlocking Learning Disabilities podcast.
Anything, literally anything, is possible when it is a passion of yours. Like ADHDers can achieve superhuman things when it aligns with a passion. So I'd say lean into your passions, because that's where the magic really is. And conversely, don't be afraid of asking for help for things that aren't your passion, literally, like everything else that's not your passion, because that's just the way our brains work, that we just don't want to, our brains just will not let us do those things that we find boring. And that's not a moral failing. That is just how our brain works.
To see the entire podcast, please visit the Zarlengo Foundation YouTube page. To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org. Famous long jumper with ADHD, one of the greatest Olympians of all time, Carl Lewis. He represented the United States at the Los Angeles Games in 1984, Seoul in 1988, Barcelona in 1992, and Atlanta in 1996. He is one of the rare Olympians that has 9 gold medals, as well as a silver medal from the Seoul Olympics in 1988. During our conversation with Dr. Kate Bennett of Athlete Insight, we discussed how ADHD can be helpful in sports.
We're thinking about ADHD in particular, and there's more research on that, so I think we can speak to that more scientifically. But certainly the intensity and the hyper focus that can allow an athlete to really develop high level skill, because they can get so intense and passionate and focused and driven at learning specific skills. So whether that is being a soccer player and you spend hours upon hours in the yard juggling, or maybe you're a triathlete and you have the energy to be able to go for long rides and runs and swims, and so that high level of hyperactivity can also serve athletes as well. I also think there's a lot of creativity and passion within that, right? And we know that creativity can be a really valuable asset when it comes to athletics.
To view the entire episode, please visit the Zarlengo Foundation's YouTube page. To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org. famous boxer with dyslexia? Muhammad Ali.
3 well-trained USA boxers fought exciting final matches.
He represented the United States in Rome in 1960.
But the most popular USA winner was the light-hearted Cassius Marcellus Clay V in white here, who easily defeated Poland's Zbigniew Piotrkowski,
where he brought home a gold medal. In 1996, he was chosen to light the Olympic flame at the opening ceremonies in Atlanta. And now for a Zarlengo Foundation summer reading suggestion. Do you have a student who's interested in boxing? We suggest Becoming Muhammad Ali by James Patterson and Kwame Alexander. This uniquely written book tells the story of the early days of Muhammad Ali, the challenges he faced, and how he persevered. For our ear readers, this book is available in audio format.
The name's Cassius Clay, and I'm gearing to fight. My next foe may bark, but I'm sure gon' bite. If he comes in grinning like he's having fun, I'll wipe off that smile and beat him in one. If he tries to stick me like Elmer's glue, I'll turn up the heat and sting him in two. Tell all your friends, best bet on me, cause ain't no way he's lasting for 3.
To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org.
Fastest man in the world this year.
Famous track athlete with dyslexia, Noah Lyles.
Noah Lyles.
Later on, I learned that I have ADD and dyslexia. And it wasn't until I got out of high school that I realized that my ADD is a strong gift that everybody actually wants but doesn't realize they want it. All it takes is, recognizing what it is, then being able to have the skills to use it.
He represented the United States in Tokyo in 2021.
Look at Lyles, but he's trailing at the moment,
where he brought home a bronze medal. He will travel to Paris this year to represent Team USA, where he plans to add to his medal count. And now for Zarlengo Foundation's summer reading suggestion. This year, all eyes will be on Noah Lyles, but if you have a student who's interested in the history of the sport, we suggest Who Was Jesse Owens by James Buckley Jr. This book talks about Jesse's early life, his historic journey to the Olympics in 1936 Nazi Germany, his life after the Olympics, and his legacy. For our ear readers, this book is available in audio format.
No one ever did catch Jesse Owens. The young man who began running barefoot in those Alabama fields became one of the greatest sprinters in history. At the 1936 Olympic Games, he won 4 gold medals and became an international hero.
To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org. Famous shot put athlete with dyslexia and ADHD. Meet Michelle Carter.
United States of America.
Michelle represented the United States at the 2008 Beijing Games,
Gold in Athens,
the 2012 in London, and in 2016 in Rio de Janeiro, where she won the gold medal.
For school, I had to work hard. In sports, I didn't really have to work hard to be great because I was so talented.
Michelle Carter spoke with Understood.org about her journey with shot put, ADHD, and dyslexia.
I have to embrace that side of me and knowing that I am going to mess up, and that's okay. So I want you to think about, what are you telling yourself on a regular basis? Are you talking positive to yourself? Are you building yourself up? If people are calling you names, do you believe them? I don't care what anybody say. I think I'm awesome. I think I'm beautiful. I think I'm smart.
And now for a Zarlengo Foundation summer reading suggestion. Do you have a student that's interested in track and field events? We suggest Touch the Sky by Anne Malaspina. This story chronicles Alice Coachman's journey to the 1948 Games in London.
Stretching her long legs, Alice sucked on a sour lemon. The lemon made her feel lightning fast, feather light, moon jumping strong. That day, Alice won her first national medal.
Unfortunately for our ear readers, this book is not available in audio format and would be a good read with mom or dad. To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org. Famous water polo athlete with dyslexia. Meet Cammie Craig.
I grew up with dyslexia and ADD, and the classroom was a very uncomfortable place for me to be. And going out into the pool or the field or the court really kind of gave me confidence that I was lacking in the classroom. And I was able to perform and do well out with sports, and I got my kind of atta girls and the positive talk there and the confidence that I needed there to go back into the classroom and know that I wanted to sit down, I wanted to work hard, I wanted to progress in the classroom. You have to do well in school to play the sports, and that's always been a motivator for me.
She represented the United States in 2008 in Beijing, where she won a silver medal, 2012 in London, where she took home gold, and in 2016 in Rio, where she won a second gold medal. To make a donation, please visit zarlengofoundation.org.